Alright, bye.
Who was that?
Big Booty Brenda, the one that backed it up on you last time at the party?
For real?
Oh my God, this booty feels so good. Oh, it hurts so good. Oh, stop. Keep going, it feels so good. Oh. Back with another Storytime video. I'm TpindellTV. Thanks for watching. Welcome to the party. This video is about me getting beat up. It was really hard for me, not because thinking back on getting beat up, I started getting emotional. No, because there were so many stories that I could share with you all of me getting beat up. It was crazy. I got bullied a lot when I was younger, and it wasn't even just like a one-on-one type of bully. It was most of the time like getting jumped or a group of people. It was just the weirdest thing. So I had to really think and figure out which story do I want to share with you all. So I decided to share this one. So I was down at my grandmother's house in Annapolis. She lived down Greenbrier. I had one grandmother that lived in Greenbrier, another one that lived down Annapolis Walk. And I lived in a neighborhood called Bywaters. And we used to walk from Bywaters to Greenbrier, which is like a half a mile. And I just used to chill at my grandmother's house, go over there, raid the refrigerator, just hang out and chill because grandparents spoil you, and who does not love their grandparents? So this in particular day, I was with my cousin, and my cousin and I, we were just out hanging out in the neighborhood. And where I grew up, it was just troublesome groups of children. I don't know what the hell was wrong with them, but instead of going outside and maybe playing kickball, playing a game of football, playing at the playground, just doing regular kid stuff, hide and go seek, freaking manhunt, anything, they would just walk around in groups the size of 6 to 12 people and just would find random things and random trouble to get into. So this in particular day, I'm chilling with my cousin Myron. We're outside of my grandmother's house and we're just hanging out, chilling. I think we were throwing the ball around and just pretty much enjoying the weekend and enjoying life. And we seen these group of guys from a distance walking, and we already knew it was trouble and we knew what time it was. And the craziest part is they ran up on another guy before they even came close to us. So me and my cousin was chilling, and we could see from a distance it was like 8 of them, and they ran up on this one guy I went to school with, and they just started picking on him and punching him and kicking him and just doing crazy stuff. I believe these in particular kids were from Newtown 20. So some of my Maryland folks or my Annapolis folks that watch this video, y'all, this is gonna be very familiar for you all. So it was like a group of kids from Newtown 20, and they was just in Annapolis Walk and Greenbrier and Bywaters, and they caught up with this one kid. They was just beating the crap out of him, kicking him, and he just ran home and was just trying to get the hell out of there. And me personally, I can handle a fight. I don't have a problem with the fight. I really think it's a challenge and it's kind of fun. But I have a problem when I see someone in a fight, whether it's in person or even online when you watch these World Star fights. If someone is in a fight and fighting and they don't want to fight and they don't want any part of the fight and they didn't initiate the fight, I have problems watching that. That is like some of the nastiest stuff to watch because it's just the highest form of being bullied. How and why would you fight someone who does not want to fight? So long story short, they beat this guy up, whatever. He runs home, and then they start to walk towards us. So I look at my cousin, and I'm like, yo, they coming. And they come over, and they appear to be cool, saying what's up, saying what's going on, and they kind of circle around us. And someone says to me, yo, T, somebody said you said something about 20. And in my head, I was like, what? Who would say such a thing? And out of nowhere, like off my peripheral view, someone hits me in my face. Boom. So I got punched in the face right there. Then they jump on my cousin. I'm like 3 doors away from my grandmother's house. So they jumping on my cousin. They try to jump on me. And my number one thing always to get away from being jumped was to run, because I was one of the fastest kids growing up. They used to call me Speedy Pindell in the newspaper for playing football. So I sprinted and I ran back to my grandmother's house. Now I know what y'all thinking. How in the hell is he just gonna leave his cousin to get beat up by 8 dudes and just leave him out there to get slumped up and lumped up? That's just so messed up. What kind of family member are you? Chill. That was not the case. So I ran back to my grandmother's house, and she had all kind of yard tools and just different stuff in her yard. So the first thing I grabbed and I saw was a shovel. So I picked up a shovel, and then I ran back to where my cousin was at, and with all my might, one of these kids on my cousin, I took the shovel and smacked the hell out of, I'm talking about, but like, that's not the right sound effect for hitting someone with a shovel. That's just gonna be my sound effect. So I took the shovel and I hit the kid in the head, like, bing, and you can hear it because it was like, you know, when you hit somebody in the head or something, it just sounds off, and everyone just paused for a moment and seen that I had a shovel and took off running. And then my cousin looked at me like I was Jesus. Like I saved his life. He was like, I was like, yeah. Let somebody do something. We got shovels on deck. And then all the kids took off running. They just freaking flew off and ran. And my cousin looked at me and he was like, yo, why didn't you get me a shovel? And then at that moment, I was like, you ungrateful, light-skinned turd. I told him it was impossible for me to get you a shovel. I can't carry both of them damn shovels. I was still little, but the fact of the matter is, I got them folks up off you, and now we are safe. Let's get in the house before they call for backup and it gets really real. But the story does not end there. Later on that day, I guess I'm getting hit in the face. I had like a little bit of swelling. So my aunt came over to my grandmother's house, and everybody has that person in their family that's just ready to pop off and just be ratchet at any given moment and is totally down for the cause. The family member that if you're at a restaurant, they'll be the one to cuss the server out because the food take too long, the restaurant's too cold, they overcharge for something, the fries cold, they didn't get seated on time. I got one of those people in my family, and it's my aunt. And when she found out and she caught wind of what happened, she just didn't want to let it die down. She wasn't happy with the shovel story, so she wanted to take me back out there through the neighborhood. She grabbed me and took me outside, and we went on a search for the kids that tried to jump us. She wanted me to point them out. She wanted me to find them, and she was like, you're gonna fight one on one of them, and if anybody else jump in, I'm jumping in. But at the time, I'm like, I don't want to fight. If I gotta defend myself, that's one thing, but I don't want to go out in these streets. I don't want to go out in these streets looking for a battle or for someone to fight. She just really didn't understand that. And growing up, it was like you either fight or you just get a beating when you come in the house because you didn't fight. So it was just very weird. When things used to happen, I just used to shut up and not share much. Because either way, I felt like I was gonna take an L. If I take an L in the street, then I'm gonna take another L when I get home. So that's 2 L's. If I win in the street, they gonna low-key be happy for me at home, but I still probably get a beating just for acting crazy, and they won't let me outside because, oh no, every time you go outside, you get in a fight. So it was just an L situation, and I really, to this day, I just don't understand the violence. Why can't we all just get along? And it's so funny that when I go back home now, I might go to the mall or I might just chill, shoot down the seafood market. I just see people around, and I see sometimes people around that used to bully me. And like, I want to be like, hey, nigga, why the hell did you bully me while we was growing up? Like, you know, we grown now. You know what I'm saying? I really could headbutt you in your nose right now. But 2 wrongs don't make a right. I just wanted to know what was wrong with you. Did they not feed you at home? Did y'all not have Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles, Apple Jacks? Y'all must have had the knockoff brand. Why were you so angry? What happened? Was it did you get beatings at the house and it made you want to beat people up around the neighborhood? Was it a trickle down beating theory? What made you want to open a can of whoop ass with your friends on me? That's all I want to know. Somebody explain. Any bullies out there, help me understand that, please. That's the end of my storytime video. Hit the like button if you want to hear more storytime videos. If it's something in particular you want me to tell a story about, leave a comment below. Anything else than losing my virginity. Y'all love talking about sex. Sex, sex, sex. I don't know if y'all not getting none of it. If you're dreaming about it, you're daydreaming about it, you have wet dreams about it. Just no. Damn it. Do your own sexual thing on your own time. And I'm out. And I'm out. But this young lady was very aggressive. We were the same age. She put me on the couch and she started kissing me and all of this stuff. I'm like, oh, dope. This used to happen after school, like behind the trash cans, like in the field, in the woods or something. But this never happened in a house environment, on a couch. This is very comfortable. No one, we can't get caught, but it was like I still possibly could get caught. It was crazy. So that starts to happen. And my little sister starts to come out, and I'm like, whoo, she saved me because it almost got real. And then I take my little sister back like, hey,